What's up there, guys? Corey here with Android Community. Today we have a interesting little app we stumbled upon called Active Lockscreen by a company called Celtic. And what this is obviously very self-explanatory. We have a active lock screen. It's basically just a completely customizable lock screen, just kind of like a lot of people tweak their home launchers and whatnot, to give you just tons of options for your lock screen. So right off the bat, when you open it up, there's a settings feature up top. You have the clock and date and what have you, and that is all changeable and tweakable. And they have, the company themselves have tons of different themes, so you can change everything, look and feel. And then obviously right here, you can quickly slide over to turn off sound for mute, and then you can go to vibrate and go through a few things, and it'll actually tell you with little pop-ups if you enable hints. I actually disabled those, so you can just quickly do that, and then obviously slide to unlock and your phone's unlocked just like usual. But this is where it's a little different. When you hit the middle, you can also do those same things to unlock or mute, but then you have all these lock screen shortcuts. Now this is not anything, I guess, extremely new. When you think of unlock screen shortcuts, we have them in Sense and we have them in TouchWiz, but they have a whole new spin on it where when you go to each one, this one shows you your previously open apps, and then you can also customize those and you can instantly launch into those. Over here, the camera shows a couple things I've done recently, being go directly to the camera, Instagram, a couple other things. But real quickly, I'm going to go into settings and go back to advanced settings and enable those hints. As you can see here, they have a decent little user interface and layout, and then go ahead and go back. So now when we go back, you've got little hints. See, that tells you up top, select app. And then as you go through them all, it kind of tells you, see the hints on the top of the screen now, telling us what each app is we're on. And the same thing now when you go ahead and, drag to mute, drag to set to vibrate. Same thing here, so you go to camera, and then it says right there, select camera app, or you can go to some of the recently open things like the gallery or Instagram. Oops. But it's actually really neat. The user interface on the lock screen is pretty impressive right there. As you can see, it kind of was delayed because it has to open when you hit the unlock button, but for the most part it's usually right there and quickly opens. And then when you come over here to this main thing as well, Facebook, these are top recently open things. So you can tweak all this. Instead of just unlocking to certain shortcuts, you can unlock to entire folders with multiple options just to make things extremely quick. And then all these are customizable or just set to, open your favorites or open recent, apps. And then even call, you go in there, and mine will show me a bunch of previous calls, so I'm not going to go in there and show all the phone numbers. But you can tweak that to show just your favorite callers or your top callers or contacts in your favorites. The only thing that's missing is you can't do that with like text messaging. You can come into messaging, but you can't instantly go into it like you can with the phone to see and instantly quickly send text messages. So it only works with phone calls. But I mean, in general, you can see it's very smooth. Going to something like music, and you're just ready to rock here within a couple of seconds. Go into some of the music. So it's actually not bad. This is active lock screen, and it really is kind of neat. So one other thing here, you slide down, go right instantly into settings. So you can enable the lock screen. You can select all the shortcuts. So you come in here and it shows you your 4 options: camera, recent apps. Those are those 4 things along the top. So go into something like the recent ones on the side, and you can actually set them to be just always, certain ones. So I mean, it'll always show you your recent camera stuff, which you'd like to leave, because obviously the camera's Instagram and the regular camera, not a lot. So the recent apps is one that a lot of people will probably customize themselves to a way that suits them best. Again, the user interface is a little, it's not quite the best, but it's how it works that's the important part, and it works pretty good. Another thing, when you come to the settings, you can go to themes. Like I mentioned, there's tons of themes. I have a black theme that I went ahead and downloaded. So now go ahead and go back to that lock screen, and you'll see a whole new look and feel to your lock screen. Not only is all those active features there, but now the entire look of the lock screen has changed. So as you can see here, I've got a nice black theme on my lock screen, and again, the same thing, it works the same, but everything's slightly different looking with the icons. But in general, it's the same idea here. And then obviously you can see the clock's changed, and then some of these little sliding bars might be a little hard to see. It's actually really neat. So I mean, they have tons of options, they have tons of settings. to really make your lock screen active and come to life. So it's more than just lock screen widgets or lock screen shortcuts. There's just really tons of things you can do here. And go ahead and load more. Go into the Play Store and they have tons of different themes available. But it's actually really nice. I've been toying with it for the last few days. That was just a quick look at Active Lock Screen by a company called Celtic. And there it was. Thanks for watching, guys. Go get it. By the way, this is completely free, so that is a bonus.